Easy folks, how you doing? Hope you're all doing well. I thought I'd just quickly touch base with this video because obviously this is a Lily video and I've had somewhat of a break from the channel and we're back posting videos. So I just thought I'd kind of bring you up to date with this. It was recorded in probably mid 2020. We're gonna have the 10-hour crew pop up and say, I passed after 10 hours, so did my dad and my dad's granddad and his uncle. But it's not always like that. Basically, I'm trying to do the best job I can for Lily. I can't pick at absolutely everything that she does, and the reason is because it's going to destroy her confidence. I can't pick at everything. I've got to let some things kind of go so that we can actually get driving. She's been misled in the past. Led down a path and basically bad instruction. That's the only way I can put it. Aimless driving around, no real goal, not sorting out problems, and then not refining the lesson as a result of the problem. So what we've got is hours and hours and hundreds of hours of ingrained wrong stuff basically, and obviously wrong thinking. So this is hours 7 and 8. I've got Lily to a point now where we've just bringing her confidence up. And in this video, you're going to see that in the end, she can drive home. I know she's got the ability all along, but if I push her and push it too much before she's offloaded all this baggage, this driving baggage, and she's got a driving history. I've made a couple of videos on this. We had a sit down and a chat. She spent over £8,500 on lessons in the past to just really get nowhere really doing stuff but not understanding and not feeling confident and safe. And if you watch this video in its entirety, you're going to start to understand and start to get a feel. It is like all that, it is raw, it is authentic. There's only a couple of cuts and edits in it. If you're interested, go right back to the beginning, go to Lily's playlist. I'll put it in the description of this video and watch them all the way through. This isn't going to probably be everybody's cup of tea, but this is definitely going to benefit you if you're lacking in confidence, learning to drive, or you just like watching something different. Somebody, you might want to watch me at work being an instructor. Various people might watch it for different reasons. Either way, I hope you enjoy it. Lily's currently, so just bringing everything up to date, Lily's currently on a break from lessons. More stuff cracking off at work, and she's decided that at the minute she's just going to put it all on hold. Hopefully she's going to return back. This is hours 7 and 8. It runs till hours 16 and 17. The footage that I've got backed up. I appreciate probably a lot of conversation. Now, for me, if somebody starts bringing something up, I've got to listen. I'm not a bad listener sometimes. I do try and stop myself coming in with an answer too early, because that's another way that we don't listen sometimes. But she brings up about not being confident about a certain element of her driving, even though it's nothing to do with what we're doing. I've still got to address it, and that's what I'm doing in the video. So if I don't address it, I'm not tuning into her actual needs, am I? Her concerns, her fears, because by doing so, by being really in tune with it, I feel that we're going to come full circle and we're going to be right where we need to be. There's going to be nothing think of it as a glass inside you, the glass half full thing. Think of that glass full of problems. Well, the more we vent it, or the more we express it, the emptier the glass gets. My question is what we're going to fill the glass with now. And you know what the answer to that is, don't you? Anyway, I'm fresh off the school run. I thought I'd record this, bearded up. This is 2021. It's May 20th, 2021. We're going to rewind now back to mid-2020. I'm going to get straight into the lesson. I hope that you enjoy it. See you in a bit. I'm just pulling up at Lily's now, and let's see if Let's see what she's got for us today, eh? Well, the Lily's car's there. I can see Lily's been out and driving in a car. There's a Mini. It's not a bad first car at all. I'm going to park on the right today because I don't want to block anybody's driveway. There we go. It's a really old looking street, this one. The curbstones look really weird. Alright, so Lily should be out in a minute. It should be a warm one this week. Meant to be warming up. Had some quite cloudy, crappy weather just recently, haven't we? Alright. Oh. Messing up all my cameras.
Surprise, surprise!
Good morning.
I wonder if I need the sunglasses.
Yeah, well, I've been struggling with some eye strain myself over the last couple of days.
I'm gonna go and get them just in case.
Yeah, sure.
I forgot about them.
So Lily's just off to fetch some sunglasses. Not a bad call. This is where I keep mine. Ready, 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 ready for it? Oh, look at that. Look at that one. Ray-Bans, absolute rip-off. Absolute rip-off. The quality of these is the same as a pair that's about 99 pence. Literally, I've just paid. These are the days when I was potentially suckered in by brand names still. Not no more. Yeah, there's all kinds of stuff that happened to these that shouldn't have done. I paid extra to have them, like, so you don't get the glare. But like the lens inside started deteriorating after less than a year. Bit like these alloys I keep talking about. Case broke. But yeah, might need these today. Talking about eye strain, yeah, I've been looking at the screens a lot. Do you get this trouble looking at screens? Like if you want to do any research, if you want to do any work, it's all on the screens, and yeah, I really start to struggle to read things close up. Here's Lily anyway. Hello.
Hello again.
You sorted?
Yes. Just in case.
Do you like where I keep my glasses? Or secret compartment.
Look at that, posh. Oh.
It does work. So how are you? And how's...
How are we doing this place at last? I'm alright.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, how's driving? So you've been out in the old...
They actually allowed me to park in there now. Our neighbours.
Who allowed you?
Our neighbours. They said in here I'll get the car dirty with the trees all the time.
Oh.
But they've got 3 cars. Tree, I can't pronounce that. I hate that word. 3 and 3.
It's getting the...
the...
I'm going through that with my kids at the minute. They're quite good at it, actually.
I think you need to invite me over and I practice with them.
Yeah, but we'll let you off because you've already learned one language, haven't you? And you're learning another one now, so that's fine. Don't worry.
I need to practice. No, I've got the book and I'm so lazy and I just say it how it comes.
Yeah, it's learning how to say it, isn't it? It's the little... And again, like other languages, especially like my mates moved to Scotland, so they're all like... and like mad... I can't even, like, they're using like the throat and
but
mad
they love drinking, so I love Scottish people.
Yeah, yeah. We're going on holiday to Scotland actually in less than a week.
Where in Scotland?
So it's near Newborough. It's near Perthshire. I can't think what the actual place is called, but it's near there. We're staying in some like luxury cabins.
Not that I would know, but I still ask just in case. I've heard it.
Yeah, no, it's
Chris's
cool.
sister lives in there, but it's just the borderline. Langham?
Oh, near the is it an RAF base or something near there?
No, the RAF base is 5 hours from there, but I can't remember.
Nowhere near then.
I can't remember what it was called. The RAF base. Oh, I don't know. I know he was in Anglesey before, and now I can't remember the one in Scotland, but it's as Scottish as it gets where the RAF base is, apparently.
Oh, okay.
And Langham is just as you left as you leave England and you enter Scotland, is the first.
Right,
The
okay.
first city or village, I'm not sure what it is. Yeah, so
Fair
not
play.
bad. So my car would always be there from now on.
Yeah.
Very kind of them, because I think this house here, it's always in competition, doesn't like other cars. The red car is there at the front, and can't remember what the other one was.
What this is, guys, is parking wars. This is
Mm.
like, yeah, it's probably not a war, but where I used to live, it was fierce in terms of people parking in
It's not a
their
war,
spot.
but yeah, but we do know they get pissed off because they don't like to walk too much.
Is it their spot? Is it in the deeds? Do they own this, or is it a public road?
No, we didn't mind, but it does get very dirty. So when the neighbour said I can park out,
Yeah.
I didn't think twice.
No, definitely not. Yeah, it's better, isn't it, near you?
Mm.
But
It's
Okay.
too many cars, because Chris got 1, 2. Is it only 2 on outside? Yeah, Chris got 2 cars. Everyone has 2 cars in here, so it gets overcrowded. At least 2. Some people have got 3 cars.
right.
You've seen it busy sometimes.
Yeah, it's really busy sometimes. Yeah, a few vans down sometimes, isn't there as well? Anyway, Lily, I'll grab a picture of that in a minute, just so we can put it on the film.
You need to have one when it's really busy. Sometimes they park next to the junction. I need to
Yeah.
take one for you one day when I see it like that.
Mm.
Maybe this evening.
How are you feeling about your driving today?
I think last lesson I was very confident with the car control. I came home and I thought, well, I felt the car control was there this time. I didn't struggle, so I was feeling really good about it, and I didn't focus on the mistakes, which is normally what I do. The mistakes I've made. I didn't keep saying, oh, I've made that mistake. I just think well, hopefully I'm learning from it, and I'm not turning into, I don't care, I've made a mistake, because I think I was halfway there with some of them.
Yeah.
Pedestrians, I do the hazard perception sometimes, and I don't read what, when you do the video and they give you a score and then they tell you at the bottom what you should have spotted. So I didn't read that, and I did one video 10 times and I kept scoring 0. And I thought, I need to be able to work it out. I'm looking at the brakes of the cars, lights of the cars, traffic lights. What is it that I'm missing? And in the end I read the message, and guess what it was?
Pedestrian on the pavement.
No, you should have spotted the pedestrian coming out of the car or getting in the car, and it was kind of dark a little bit.
Mm.
And I think pedestrians definitely, and I've told Chris about it, and he was like, not mad at me, but he said it's not only you. Unfortunately, people just preoccupy with cars. It's like only cars exist, and miss pedestrians. Don't care about pedestrians as much as people should. I said, I do care, I just didn't see it.
You got to look for it, I think.
Yeah, because it was a short junction as well, so that's why, again, glance at the mirrors. Glance at the
Yeah.
mirrors, look
Yeah,
ahead. But
it's a
I
good
didn't.
point. Over-checking, looking in the
Yeah.
wrong place. That's going to be a contributor.
Yeah, it would be nice when the video come out to have a look where I was looking, but I'm pretty sure, even though it's getting better, I'm looking at the centre a bit more, then a bit more, and then looking ahead, didn't look for him.
But in relation to what you were saying, did we not say that we're going to look at a hazard routine today, so that
Yeah,
you
we
can be
did.
more in tune with hopefully, spotting all hazards and relating that back to your mirrors, and then therefore your speed and
Yeah, we did say
levels of
hazards.
anticipation.
I can't remember how you phrased it. I remember hazards, you have a term for it.
And yeah, it's called the hazard routine.
Oh, hazard routine, how I can't remember a simple word. Yeah.
No problem. Call it whatever you want, Lily.
No, because I was going to write it and I thought it was posher than that. Hazard something.
Call it what you want. I've probably got about 10 names for it as well, so knowing me. Anyway, we'll do that, and what I'm going to try and do is show you how I keep up to date with things on the road, and I'm going to try and help you to do that later. But that's just where we left off last week, from what I can remember. Is there anything that I need to know that you've been thinking about, or that you'd like to do or go over, or any questions before we
No,
get moving?
I think this is the most important now, because even though I'm not the worst with spotting hazards, I'm still not fully there. There is still missing things. And when I watched your video, I loved the video on the mirrors.
Oh, it's an old video now. I might remake that.
Yeah, well, I thought for your online course, maybe tell me questions, because
Yeah.
I could never remember these things here. windscreen wiper, sorry. Had
Yeah.
to think for a second.
Yeah.
Like I didn't know where the horn was and stuff, and I think if I can look at them, and I watched Lauren's video, I can't remember whether it was Lauren actually, who, the way she's doing the signals, how you showed me the first day, and then I,
Like that, with your fingertips.
yeah, when I have short fingers, I might give it a go, because it looks ever
Lean with your
so
thumb.
nice.
Lean with your thumb.
Yeah, it's
Give
just
an
a
extender.
habit. But I think if you do feel keen on making a show me, tell me video and maybe include this one in it, I would benefit from it, I think.
Yeah, you know, a lot of people have told me to make that video in the past. And what I've got to do is make it unique and make it realistic. If we just copy the DVSA literature, it's going to be one boring video.
I never even read it in there yet. I think the show me, tell me I would struggle with. I need to, every time we go in the car and Chris shows me how to do the windscreen wipers, I never remember, I get so upset.
Well, it's not a case of being shown, it's been a case of being shown, have a reason why and a reason to use them, and then you'll start remembering, and some consistency with it, 'cause it's not something we use all the time. So, you know,
It's nice to be
don't
able
worry
to
too much.
to look at it when I want to, not just when I go in the car and Chris show me, because otherwise I don't have a chance of looking again.
Yeah.
And on your video, I think it made the point of the mirrors so well that I now remember. Hopefully I'll put it into practice, but it might take a while. Center and right to see who's behind, who's overtaking, and I think because I don't know that, I don't have this strategy. I look first here, there, everywhere, and then it looks like I'm checking for 2 minutes. Don't know if you've noticed. So I love that bit.
We talked about that, didn't we?
Yeah, we
We
did, but
talked-
I think on the video it was a bit better for me.
Yeah, no, I mean, we talked about the fact that you were over-checking and checking for too long with the mirrors.
I don't know which one for what necessarily. I think I check all of them.
Thanks for your comments on the video, I did receive those, I appreciate that. And those are the information in those videos, because you watched mirrors and why we use them, when, and you also watched, was it the MSPSL video?
Yeah.
The information, the presentation's absolutely rubbish, but the...
No, I didn't think that.
Didn't you?
No, I think it was very clear. It's the best on mirrors so far, because me and you didn't go from the beginning on them. You know,
Yeah.
you give me pieces of information, depends on what we're addressing, but I actually love the video.
Good. Hope you liked it.
Hopefully, yeah. I know I loved it. Hopefully it's in my head now,
Cool.
and I'm not gonna still do left everywhere.
Okay, yes. So, just a quick question for you then. Why do we use mirror signal manoeuvre? What's the reason?
To see to see how our actions would affect the people behind us, I think, or in front of us if we're checking them for a hazard. If you need to move to the left, if someone's there.
Okay, and if there is something that concerns us, what are we looking to do differently and why?
If it's something ahead?
Behind usually, because that's mirrors show you behind, don't they?
Well, I think if we need to slow down and the car is very close to us, we need to try and give them more time and touch the brake to give them a signal that we're stopping.
Okay. Any other signals could do that as well?
Not sure.
Indicators, a signal earlier.
Only if we need to. Oh, if we're going into a junction, I'm thinking
Depends on
about a
what we're
hazard.
doing. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. Depending on what we're doing. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, I think brake or signal depends on what the situation is.
And maybe you could alter position as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. So we'll get going now, shall we?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll just take a quick picture of just this, because we've been talking about it, haven't we?
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh, his car didn't sound very good. Did you hear it? Spluttering
No.
and coughing and spluttering.
But as I've looked when you were taking pictures,
But it's got the virus. Sorry?
as I looked when you were taking the pictures, I've realised Chris has 3 cars outside, plus mine, that's 4.
It's alright for some, isn't it? With all the
Normally.
cars.
No, he needs one really. He just doesn't want to let go of anything.
I want to get a second car. Well, we've got a second car. I want to get a third car myself. I've got a driveway just for it. I want a Peugeot 106 GTI.
I don't understand anything from cars, but it sounds alright. I think the GTI is the important bit.
Yeah, there's a bit of a pattern going on there. I love those cars.
I need to Google it to have a look.
Anything that's a bit, yeah. Yeah, I'd love one. I was going to buy one long back, but other things have took over now, so I'm just going to start saving for one. Anyway, so
now enjoy this car.
yeah, actually, this car's great. I absolutely love this car. So what I'm going to demonstrate is the hazard routine. This routine basically, when you do your hazard perception, you click the mouse when you see a hazard. We don't know if it's going to develop, but it is something that could potentially develop into something that's going to cause you to actually slow down. It might not, but the fact is, if we've seen it, we know it's there. A bit like the pedestrian last week, crossing, didn't know it was there. So I'm going to be scanning the road, and whenever I see anything that could cause me to change speed, I'll check my middle mirror and decide if a directional mirror is appropriate. Generally, I'll check centre and right. The reason I'm doing it is so it links up with the video that you said.
See who's around, how your actions would affect them if you need to break stop.
Yeah, looking to give people information earlier so they've got more time to react to my intentions, yeah?
Yeah.
Let's give that a go then.
Makes sense, but I think it's a lot to think about. When you were talking on the last lesson, I just think I took 50% of it. It was too much going on.
Okay, yeah. That's sound. Rightio. Let's start her up. Meant to be hot this for the rest of this week.
Yeah, tomorrow, the hottest day.
Okay, so all clear on the road at the minute. Not going to give a signal. And I'm going to be turning right at the end. The pavement is concealed.
This
so
is very misleading, our junction. Downhill, and look how much uphill.
Yeah.
So if you don't put gas on, the first time
So I'd roll back about there, yeah.
But then it's seriously uphill. It's not the best of junctions to want to come out of.
Just got that big truck there.
It's
got two cars.
Normally something in there, Matt. It's always blocked. This is good. Normally it's all the way to here.
Yeah, when they park there, it's really difficult, so it could hide something. So looking all clear on the road. White car coming down towards me. Potential meeting situations. I straighten the mirror and just getting myself established there before I commit to powering on in first gear and through to second. There's somebody appeared there. They've seen me. They've made eye contact. The dog's on a lead, so it's not going to run out. It's the 30-mile-an-hour limit, and there is a car behind me. It appears to also be doing the limit. It is getting slightly bigger, so it's probably speeding up, knowing that it's coming to this 40. So it isn't overtaking, so I'm going to speed up straight to 40 pretty much, because the road ahead is clear. It's wide. There is a hump, and I can see the lorry in front starting to disappear. Keeping a central road positioning as the road ahead narrows. Junction on the left, it appears. Oncoming vehicle. Car behind, still a good distance. There is a car I can see there, but from local knowledge I believe it's parked up. The wheels aren't moving, which gives me more confidence. Still doing 40, no reason to be slowing down because of my analysis on that car. Scanning down the pavement on the right, no sign of any pedestrians. Oncoming vehicles, car behind is still, it's still, the same distance, yeah. So it's doing what I'm doing, so it's not a threat, it's not something I've got to be aware of. There's a car going to emerge out of the junction, shouldn't swing in my lane, and I'm far enough away that if it did, it's not a problem anyway. I was checking the mirror anyway, and the car behind still a good distance. We've got brake lights in front, so I'm going to check my middle mirror, just start to ease off, and a signal. Is the signal for the junction, or is it to overtake the parked car? Hazards on as well. Okay, so car behind, I'm slowing down nice and early. Yeah, exactly. So giving a car behind warning in case he didn't see. I'm sure he did.
I was sure he's turning right though.
Centre and right mirror. Well, I'd sure he give a right signal first. So it's error wash cancel.
No, he did give a right signal when it looked like he's going in.
So what should he have done there? Really what he should have done was pulled up on the right and reversed round, which he kind of did, but it was a bit all over the place really. He needed a bit more structure so it was clearer as to what he was doing. And maybe if he's got following traffic and oncoming traffic, he shouldn't have really done that. He should have waited for a better opportunity.
Oh, to me, I think I established he's turning right.
So along this road might be a little bit more to think about. You've got some pedestrians on the right.
Very
and the
tight
lorry
in here.
Yeah, the lorry shouldn't be entering my lane. There's no reason. There's normally a skip here, but there's not today. Finally gone. So the car behind, same car. So we like the characteristics of that car. There's some lights ahead and there's nobody at them, and because they're pedestrian crossings, they aren't going to change. So I'm going to commit at 30 down this hill, just easing off at 31.
Sorry.
Yeah, so just try and take it in so that you can try and absorb what I'm doing. and so you can try and apply it to your own. So what did you say? Sorry.
I would use this traffic lights if I know the difference. I was happy when you said you're confident, because I can't make the difference between them. I need to revise them again.
Okay, we can have a little chat about
Yeah.
that. So, lights have just turned green. Is there anybody on the right side? No. So these aren't going to change again unless somebody appears. Middle mirror and right mirror, because I'm just going to ease off here. Just got a couple of, like a bit of an S-bend around here, so you can't see around to the left. Sometimes we have a bus waiting here, so just anticipating that. Just going to drop down to the gear 3. 25, and that guy's going to go round the pedestrian, so he could put a foot on the road. He hasn't, because the pedestrians moved across for him. Centre of the lane, people at the bus stop, no cars behind. Really, really far distance, actually, really far. Somebody on a scooter, that could be an issue. He's looking over his shoulder. It suggests he wants to cross. Is he going to come towards the pavement? The road, sorry. So, back up to 4, just think of that, just cap it off at 38, just so I can see around the corner, nothing overtaking. So get that extra up to 40, 5th gear, centre of my lane, pavement.
Is that 5th gear?
Yeah, pavement starting to appear, so we've got the junction, cars turning, nobody at the lights. I'm going to turn, so I'll probably go after that silver car there, look, so I'm going to slow down earlier to give me more time to wait. Ready? And there we go. You can do that when you've not got cars behind.
Was that tick over?
Yeah. It wasn't at tick over, it was still going down to tick over, but yeah, you could say that.
Just the last
was near
few
enough.
seconds.
Yeah, near enough, yeah. Nothing followed me in, and there's somebody in that car with lights on, look. They're looking at something, so clearly not going to be driving. Centre left, oncoming vehicle, little bit of brake. Staying in gear 2. Centre and right mirror. Now it's safe to steer. Not too much power, centre left now, move back to the left. Not too much power, so I'm going to turn right. Looking into the road. Any hazards? No. Oncoming vehicle though. But I've got time.
He has something. Is it the learner or a pass?
I am going to signal because of the learner car.
Oh.
So they know what I'm doing. Car just turning in behind us. Now wheels are just still rolling a little, so keeping the signal on, just as I get straightened up. There we go. So Lily, what did you think about that? Have you got any questions? Or
I think I would have done things differently.
yeah,
Chris made a point where you've said I'm slowing down for this, can't remember what kind of a bend you call that one, and there is a bus stop. I always aim to go at 30, and I do it at 30 and I struggle,
Okay.
so I'm doing like that. And I actually never spotted the bus stop.
where's that?
Just when we drove past Cooperative, little after that.
Where that S-bend thing is?
Oh,
that's-
S-bend you called it, yes. And look at the hazards, it's everywhere today. So I think this is good because Chris told me that, and I always struggle, I want to go faster. Also when you turn into the main road from home, from my house, I would always want to go second gear as quick as possible to not slow anyone down, and you didn't because you took into consideration the parked car. I probably would acknowledge the car being parked, but I would want second gear straight away, I think, which gives me pressure, and I always try to drive a lot faster than I feel comfortable with. It's something I'm still trying to get rid of, so that was helpful. And I think the traffic lights, I know I need to know them. I find them so confusing. I used to revise them heavily, and sometimes I remember if I don't drive for a long time or don't have to deal with different traffic lights, I forget them. So it's just nice that you knew it's not going to change, because I'm always in two minds. I look at the green light and I think, what if it suddenly changes because someone's pressed it and I haven't seen it or something. I have all sorts of unnecessary scenarios. And I can't remember anything. Oh, and I'm surprised you went in 5th gear for 40. I was thinking, why is he in 3rd gear for 40 miles per hour? The car's gonna complain at him. Is that what your car likes?
Yeah. Cars these days are tuned to really want the high gears at lower speeds than what you would think. Yeah. For one, it suggests it on the computer. It was the same on the screen. It was the same on my old car, my Peugeot.
It's good to know when I start driving at that speed that that's what you want to do.
What I throw in as extra consideration is the gradient I'm on and the probabilities of staying at that speed. So when I went into fifth, think of it, I were downhill, I just got up to speed, there were no hazards, I assessed it, there were nothing that was going to cause me to slow down, so I'm committed at 40. It's like when I pulled out and you notice that I held back when I pulled out of your street. I didn't commit to that gear because of my analysis, and that's why I just did that demonstration, because of my analysis of, in fact, I want to create time here to suss things out before I commit.
Yeah.
And I did that when I waited to turn into this main road back there. What was it? 1, 2, 3 junctions ago from when we turned into this road to pull in. You know, I said, oh, there's a silver car oncoming and I'm going to create some time. I'm going to wait for it so I don't have to stop. I'm going to be in second gear now, so there's nothing behind me, and I'll roll in after. And you said, oh, is that tick over?
Yeah, because
it's the same kind of thing.
I love tick over. I use it a lot, and it saves, well, not a lot, but it does save me when I'm not confident with tight turns. Then I know if I leave it at 10 miles per hour or 9, it's going to slow down and obviously listen if it complains. So I love the tick over.
Cool. Now, just before we move forward, let's go over the lights. How can you differentiate between traffic lights and pedestrian crossings, and why do you need to differentiate them? Why was I confident that they weren't? Well, I'm answering my own questions.
Maybe because they have this system where people can press if they're waiting.
Yeah, which they can on traffic lights as well, but it has its own way of working usually to control traffic.
I can't remember what the difference. I know.
Let me show you in a picture.
I know there are 4 types, and I know the token one is for cyclists and pedestrians.
Token. Right, so...
Yeah, well, it's close enough.
Oh, I didn't mean it like that.
No, it's... I laugh at my words sometimes.
So do I. Look, you know, we've all got an accent, even people in the UK.
No, I should have practiced to say it properly. I just said it how I think it should sound.
Don't worry. Right, so traffic lights, you see up there you've got a right turn. Imagine.
Not where the yellow car is, up there.
No, where the yellow car's just come out from.
Okay.
Now, if you approached that junction and there was lights just before you got to it, lights just after it for the oncoming traffic, lights at the other side of it, that then is a controlled junction. And at controlled junctions, you can't be relying on somebody to press the button. So it has a sort of sequence, whether it uses sensors or it has a set time. I'm not really 100% sure how it does that.
Also, it would stop when it decides to stop. Sorry, it will have a red light when it every now and then.
Yeah, they have got sensors to detect when pedestrians have crossed, so as to change it to get to work back to green sooner. But traffic lights will be controlling junctions, and it will be the toucan light sequence, not the puffin light sequence. Is that confusing?
I think it's the one I never remember when it's. What do you do when it's amber? In some cases it's going straight to green, in others it's not going straight to green. There's something in there.
There's always an amber, but on puffin crossings, which are usually pedestrian crossings, so that's like an example of a traffic lighted
too many of them as well.
Yeah, so so you'd be controlled here, they'd be controlled there, they'd be controlled there, and they'd be controlled there, so you can get through the junction safely and everybody gets to go. And pedestrian crossings will you'll just be driving down the road, and you're gonna, like this, midway down this road, there might be somewhere where pedestrians can cross safely, so they need to press the button to tell the crossing that they're there, and for it to change. Yeah. Does that make more sense?
It does.
So when we approach a pedestrian crossing with the puffin, puffin sequence. Hang on, questioning that now. A pedestrian crossing, if there's nobody there, can they change? Could these just change by themselves?
I think no, if it's a pedestrian one.
No. Can these change by themselves?
Yes.
Yeah. Feel a bit clearer with that now?
Yes.
So if we build that into our planning, it's going to really affect or in a positive way, our speed or not, you know.
And planning as well, because it's if you're not overthinking of this, you would pay more attention to what's around you. If you focus on the traffic light, then you think, shall I or should I not?
Yeah.
Listen. But I
Well,
want to see what I'm doing.
Yeah, of course. I've had to put up with my accent for a long time, so don't worry about it, love. Right.
You've got one guy obsessed on the videos, don't you?
Which
How old are you? Where are you from? I can't remember what else it was. He keeps asking.
Yeah, but you know what? Is that person, I know what you mean, I've not had that message for a long time. There's a lot of spam on YouTube. Is that person asking me questions like that so it can try and log into my account?
Oh, is that what you think it is? Oh.
I've got a very sceptical mind.
Well, Chris had
I'm very trusting as well, but you know what I mean? Why does he want to know my first car, my favourite colour? You know what I mean? It's a bit strange.
Oh yeah.
Why not get to know me first and then know those things?
Secret questions. Chris had a phone call and he was talking so nicely, and all of a sudden he said, oh, I don't want to swear, all the swearing words and calling him all the names under the sun because it was a scam.
Yeah.
For Amazon Prime.
It's no good, is it?
No.
Right, Lily, shall we swap round and get sorted with what we're going to do today? I'm guessing that hazard routine is going to fit somewhere with that.
Yeah, it's a lot to look at. I think I look at some of the things, not all of them.
Okay.
I think.
Okay.
I'll try not to take forever to set up the seat now. I've tried a bit of parking on Sunday and I didn't like it.
Why not?
Because I can't control the car. It was uphill, downhill, keep getting it wrong. Chris said your car control is so good now and it's getting better every time, but I don't like the parking feel.
Oh, really?
I tried not to stop and then I had to harshly brake and all sorts of things.
When you were parking?
Yeah, that's the car park.
So was it that you're coming to the bay and you're coming to the bay too fast?
Yeah,
and then
it's
just
downhill. Coming to the base down. I watched Lauren's video and I loved how she made it look so easy.
Lauren,
Yeah.
but we really worked on her car control, and it might not be a bad idea for us to start manoeuvres soon so that you can combine that yourself, because that's what me and Lauren would have done. She'd have had a couple of issues at junctions and I'd have said, right, let's have a look at something different, but it's the same thing, and it normally helps when we do manoeuvres, to be honest.
I wanted Chris to say she's done it wrong. I said, but did she not cross 2 bay parkings or something? And she said, no, she's done it beautifully. And I was like, okay, I'll try. Oh, miles from what she's done, my attempt.
Yeah.
Harshly braking, and then, oh, it's uphill now. No.
I should have checked your head restraint when we drove here. I think it was too high. I think you should have put it maybe down a bit. I was thinking it before we moved off and I forgot to mention it. So yeah, in future, just even if you're a passenger, obviously, adjust it so that...
It's not when you drive only.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, you'll still be involved even if you're in this
happy
seat.
with that?
Yeah, if you are, yeah, fine. I think you can do it. You can always put that in if you feel you need to.
Probably would just, oh maybe not, because it's gonna go lower and my legs are already here. And I can see
Okay,
it's quite low.
that's fine.
Right. No, engine's not on now. Would it let me do the mirrors still? Or it needs the engine on?
No, just the electrics like you have got.
Oh. It's gone on when I put the clutch down. Why is that?
Because the reason it went off in that case then is because it's in neutral and the engine's just ticking over, so it's cut off for what it thinks is economy. I can't stand the system, to be honest.
It's not too bad, but to me it's very clever. I'm sure you weren't alive.
I'm going to turn it off, okay, so that when the engine's on, it's on, and if we want it off, we decide we want it off.
That's alright.
Yeah, so we take control of that. a lot of the changes they've made in cars regarding things like this and similar, I think, are a bit
control is not
silly.
better.
It's
Yeah.
silly. It's almost like it's just box ticking, rather than thinking logically about stuff. It's nowhere near better for the consumer.
I think I've said them right. I'm not sure. Too much.
Sorry, I was off on one then. Yeah, yeah, we're in a
that's
driving
alright.
lesson, aren't we?
No, it's all right. It's good to have all the information. I think that's better.
Right. So Lily, how's it going to work today?
Oh, I've got this here. So I've put we will do hazard awareness routine.
Okay.
Pedestrians on junction I've put in capitals, and I think maybe just see what I've learned, because I felt very confident on the last lesson, and
Yeah.
now when I'm sat here I get a bit of just a tiny bit nervous to see how we get on, and maybe decide if you want to include something new,
Okay.
because I think the way I saw the car but didn't respond to it on the last lesson suggests that on the main road with more cars involved it could have been bad. Do you remember the one that was pulling out and I saw it and still didn't slow down? Then there was another car.
Sorry, which one was this? I remember the pedestrian and the car.
Do you remember he said the blonde woman opened the door? Did you see that?
Oh,
That
yes I do. Yeah.
Where it-
Right, yeah, so we're on the right track today, aren't
lots of things developed
Yep.
from that one, didn't it? It was too much going on
Yeah.
in 2 seconds.
we? Yeah, and we had the guy wanting to come through behind
And then
the white
someone
car.
else appeared.
Yeah.
So if I was on the main road with more cars involved, it could have been not very nice. Having to reverse or get blocked.
Okay, so what's your goal today then with that?
I think I never have a specific goal, just see how I get on, because the car control is what I was missing, and it's clicking in now. The last lesson I felt I didn't have to think too much and stuff. I loved that you encouraged me not to panic. Remember when the person let me go? I normally would stall the car because you're trying so quickly with your feet, and I was thinking, how can I do it quicker? Hesitated for 2 seconds, and I think you read it or felt it, I'm not sure.
Well, part of what we're going to do today is pretty much dealing with the road users. We are going to be looking them square in the eyes if we're unsure, looking for information and not just looking in one place. So I will reassure you and I will encourage you in situations like that. And I'll try and be your thoughts, if you like, or that is what we want to transfer it to, so that we're scanning and planning.
Not just 1 or 2 hazards, because if I see 2 hazards on the road and I think, oh, check me out, I've got it all sussed, and when
Just one road, isn't it? What about the next one?
No, but when you've done the commentary, I can see there were lots of things I would have not seen,
Right.
or told the same way necessarily. Like this
Yeah.
lorry, I was sure it gave right signal and it started turning, so I would have speeded up to pass it, and then it came back. So that was weird.
Well, you see, a lot of what I did was give caution. If you look at that whole drive, and that was interesting as well, I gave caution, and it paid off, didn't it? So if I'd have been a bit faster and not slowed down as early and not dropped down gear to
would
gear
have been
2
by
as
the parked
I'd have
car.
been right up next to it, and then it was reversing and swinging round. Which, what about if it's hiding an oncoming car that's overtaking it, and then it's it? Whoa! I didn't see you. But me, I was way back.
Yeah. I actually forgot about an overtaking car. I've read
Really?
this in the book many times, and I forgot.
Or a bike.
Yeah, and I think this is people try. I don't know if other learners are like me, but I definitely want to go faster. Go on.
I've just had a funny thought. It's funny now I think about it. The guy was furious, right? So I'm waiting to turn right in town at some lights. You turn right like this, and you can't see round the corner, right? It's closed. A bus comes round, and you know if a bus turns a corner like this, it kind of comes round and it kind of swings in front of me, and then comes straight, and then passes me,
Yeah, 'cause
obviously.
it needs more space.
Yeah, you'd think, oh God, its front end's going to take me out, but it doesn't. Yeah, so it just swings around like this. It was so funny.
What, the bus driver was angry or
Behind
someone else?
there was a cyclist behind the bus. He goes to what was it? Overtake the bus, but he can't. Have a guess who's in the blind spot? Me, sat there waiting at a red light. He nearly cycles straight into the bonnet.
Yeah, I think it's trying to be faster.
Try and overtake a bus while a bus is turning.
the worst thing you could do, and a cyclist.
I've got the footage somewhere. I can't find it. It's unbelievable, because you know what the cyclist does? He blames me. It might be because I had a smirk on my face, but
It's always easier to blame someone else.
he would
I
blame
think.
me. He was having a go at me. Funny, but anyway, let's let's get going. Before we get going, just pop that camera onto record.
Oh yeah.
Just swipe the screen. Just swipe the screen, Lily, at the back. The actual screen.
What?
The back screen. The screen.
Yeah.
Okay, Lily.
This
Just
one.
watch me. Just watch me. Say that's the screen.
Yeah.
Just do that.
Oh, just swipe like that.
On the one facing you, the screen in front of you. Thank you. Got there in the end. I love it. Right.
Me and technology, Matt, don't work well.
I think you were trying too hard, right?
I'm
No,
always too
is that
tense.
good? Is that good? I think it is. Just push that upwards a bit. Just a bit. That's great. Now, yeah, just press record. Cheers, love. Thank you. We always get there in the end, don't we?
Yeah. You should know by
So.
now. Me and technology don't work well.
So you tell me if you see anything, that's great. But I am going to talk to you about what I see, and obviously get you looking at it too earlier, okay?
Yeah.
So drive on when you're ready.
Why am I increasing the gas and not going? First gear.
Yeah.
Good start.
You might
Sorry.
need that.
I'm sorry, Matt.
It's okay. It's no problem.
Thank you for letting me work it out, because I'm thinking, no, you're not. I'm sure the biting point was somewhere in here.
Well, that's the art of finding out what you can and can't do. Is creating time, being patient, and letting you work it out. You see that?
Hopefully your car didn't struggle. Yeah, because I was thinking, no, I'm increasing the gas.
I could have said first gear, and you wouldn't have worked it out yourself. So looking down the street, there's nothing coming. There is a junction and a car could appear and not stop. There's nothing currently behind us or overtaking.
So we want to be more in the centre now because of that car.
That's it. There is a sharp bend to the left. We can't grab any reflections or anything on this occasion. So make sure we're at appropriate speed to react. There could be a pedestrian crossing or a car reversing out of a driveway around this sharp bend.
I love how light the steering is.
Yeah. So is there anything overtaking?
No.
And looking ahead, there is somebody in the road with a door open. So is there anything behind us? Because that's going to cause us to potentially alter things.
No.
They're just shutting the door now, look, and it looks like he's locking it, or she, and walking around the back of the vehicle. Looking round the left bend, can't see anything yet because of the high hedge. And again, nothing behind us. So looking up the hill, oncoming car. Let's stop here while it's easier and be slower for longer, rolling slowly in first gear, checking the mirrors while we're waiting. Thank you.
Yeah, sorry, Matt. This is my typical. I always stop, don't I?
Yeah, you don't need to stop.
Yeah.
Because if you slow earlier, like I did when I turned into that junction for the silver car, remember what I did? Made
This is
life
typical
easier.
Lily, though.
It's easier, yeah, but it's easier when you're moving, isn't it?
It is.
To get going again, when you've got some momentum. So looking ahead, looking through the glass, possibly ahead, trying to pinch anything from
Anything you can
reflections. Nothing behind still, and looking ahead, there is nothing oncoming. There's no sign of pedestrians on pavements at the moment, although these cars are making it quite closed, quite blocked. Okay, you can see through the glass now, there's nothing. We're going to take the next road on the left.
Just need to see where it was.
That's
behind
it.
the silver car.
That's it. So seeing the break in the pavement, the paint on the road, marking out the giveaway, trying to look into the new road as soon as possible, really, looking for any footfall, any pedestrians, any cars that could move off, any lights on, any bodies in cars.
Still think I forget pedestrians. I still get focused on the cars. When you said pedestrians, I thought, oh yeah, pedestrians.
Well, if you look for them, you're likely to see them.
Yeah.
And I just saw a reflection, and yes, it's a car. So we're going to take the next road on the right. But we can see into that road before we do turn. We're turning nearly on a bend, so just look round the corner before we turn in. And looking into this road, there's somebody there. I could see feet. I could see 2 sets of feet underneath that boot. I think it's 2 sets.
You're much faster than I am. I think I might not even.
Well, I saw the boot open, and that led me to look and investigate further.
And I looked at the car, but I didn't see that.
Just 1 set of feet and a mask. We're going to turn left at the end. And again, expecting there to be hazards on this road. Nothing behind us. A car's just moved off behind us, look.
Trying to establish whether it's downhill all the way.
There will be
yeah.
something following us out of this junction, Lily.
Yeah, I've seen the car
Yeah.
when you said it.
So, assessing the road, it appears to be clear. A couple of junctions on the left and on the right, yeah?
Yeah, because of the commentary today, I think I normally would have gone faster and now I didn't.
Okay, well, hopefully you'll get used to it, and is it putting you off, or do you want me to do it differently for you?
No, I'm just saying if it's wrong, then you can tell me. I would have put more gas on, but then I thought, let me have a look at the road just in case.
Yeah. So nothing behind us, and looking down and up and round there. Looking for roofs, looking for cyclists' helmets. That doesn't sound good, does it? Cyclists wearing helmets. Sorry.
Anything really. I'm looking at the screen as well because I've chosen to put it in third gear, and I think going uphill, I think it would have preferred the second, like you told me the last time.
Okay.
But somehow I ended up in third. Now.
Pedestrian appeared, lights on the car. Pedestrian's going to get in, and then the other door's opening. So check your centre left mirror. That's it. What was the reason for the gear change, Lily?
Him at the front.
Okay, good. So you've spotted that. You're looking a bit further than me there, and just seeing how you're going to deal with all the people going out the doors. That'll move. Don't swerve. Going to turn left at the end, and there is following traffic.
I'm actually not sure if he was there when I looked, but I think I slowed down because I thought it's lots of cars and I'm looking at this person.
Yeah.
I might as well give myself a chance to slow down and not worry about gears, and then I saw him.
Well,
not entirely sure.
the reason it miffed me was you went straight for the gear, but you were still travelling at third gear speed. You hadn't reduced your speed to drop the gear.
Oh.
So any following traffic, should there have been any, I know there wasn't, it would have been like, oh, just suddenly a speed drop.
Oh, so I needed the brake first, you think?
Give a warning, smoothly
Okay.
reduce the speed, and then match the gear, and they both sync together. You were like this when you went into the gear, yes please.
Left in here.
Yeah, your gear was here and your speed was here when you did it. You need to bring them together, yeah?
Yeah, I thought I'm going to do it sneakily. Don't need to tell others.
The idea was correct. So looking through the pavement gap, anything coming?
And I was trying to hold on behind them. Don't know if I've done it how I planned. And this was
Turn
where-
left at the end.
This was where the pedestrian
Yeah,
was.
yeah, prepare for a holdback. I saw a reflection then before I saw the car. I don't know about you,
I didn't.
didn't you? In that house window there with the nice blinds and the nice front door, number 23.
You're very good with doing that bit.
Well, I'm in tune to it, aren't I, Lily? You know?
Yeah, you always look at them and see things. I remember on the first or second lesson.
What about first gear then? 20 mile an hour. Yeah, so there's engine braking in second. We're leaving it too long in first, alright?
The clutch.
Gonna turn right at the end.
Is it the clutch part? Leaving it too long in first?
No, it's the timing in which you decide to actually change gear. You're going too fast in first. You're doing nearly 20 mile an hour before you get to second.
Oh, so that was sorry, I was.
So let's look at it together here. Let's assess the road first in first. Do we want to change? Let's check the mirrors. Centre right, second now.
Oh, I remember.
15, look.
Yeah,
Now, is there any jerks when you lift the clutch up? Any jolts like there was before?
Oh, is that why it happened?
You change it too late, so actually second gear is slowing you down. You were going faster in first gear than what you were going in second gear.
Oh, right. Because,
Right.
See, I see someone coming down the hill. Do I need to plan to stop now?
No, it's ages away. Look at our distance from the black and the red, and look at their distance from the black and... No rush. Whoa. No rush. Normal driving, just smooth the whole way, yeah?
Sorry, Matt.
It just felt like we, with the hesitation, we got less time, so we don't really want to rush and
Is second gear
can you...
lighting?
Sorry, Lily. It's all just getting a bit... Can you pull up on the left, please, at a safe place?
Hopefully I do this one right now.
So give a signal for the lady on the left. Clutch down to the floor. Just a couple of things that you could have done with doing, that's all.
Is that all right?
Hold the
Matt?
left steer on while you're still rolling. Hold. Now right, but the opposite. Hold it, don't move it. Hold it to the right. Hold it. You didn't hold it long enough. Keep rolling. Keep looking forward. Now straighten.
Ooh.
Okay.
I'm sorry, this will be
What for?
This pulling to the left will take a lot of practice of me, because I do it better here than in my own car. Actually, I'm more...
When you're parking.
Yeah, I'm more further from the curb, and Chris is trying to get me to be braver with the 12 to 10 o'clock. It will take me some time.
What did I get on to you about there with your steering that you can change when you're with Chris. What did I encourage you to do that you wouldn't have done otherwise?
Straighten the car. When you do 12 to 10 on the left, to do 12 to 10 on the right. Was it that one?
Yeah, definitely. But you've got to hold it until you're straight. When you look at the screen now, and only at the front screen, do you feel like you're pointing directly straight in relation to the road and the curbs? Well, you see, I saw you keep looking there. That's not going to help you.
Because I thought I wanted to see how close I am, because I didn't want to go any closer if I was good enough, and then I thought, no, I'm not good enough yet.
But you're travelling forwards, and that's showing you behind the car.
Right.
So where are you best to look?
I know you've done that talk with someone. I watched the video that week. I can't remember. It might have been Lauren or Rosie.
Yeah, me and Rosie had a couple of discussions about that one.
Yeah,
bless her.
Because she got panicked, and I thought this would be typical me looking at the van behind, and then she went very close. And it wasn't straight or something, and you said, but are you straight? I can't remember. It might have not been Rosie. I don't know.
This is what you need to do. So you need to steer left. I think you're putting too much on. You're not gliding enough. Do you know what I mean by gliding?
Looking ahead?
It's what your steering does to you, the position of the car as it's reaching the curb. So you want to steer early and slowly. Try 5 minutes, so that the rate in which you're gaining the curb, unless you've got a tight spot parking, try 5 minutes to the left. So there's the middle band, look, 5 minutes left, and hold that. Slow down as you're coming in, so you can judge when to start taking it off. So I want you to hold it on a bit longer, and when you take it off, I want you to take it, yes, to the opposite, like you told me. But what you do is you don't hold that on for long enough.
To the right. So hold it. I think I missed the holding point.
And then when you're straight, focusing, so you're holding the right and you're focusing on whether you feel straight, and you think, you know, any second now, bring it straight, band back to the top.
Oh, that's helpful, I think, yes. 12 to 5, and just hold it a little bit, because I'm afraid I'm gonna go on the curb, so I don't want to hold it even 1 second.
Do 5 or 7 minutes. Try and avoid 10 then. Because
yes.
because when you take 10 off the other way to the right, what that's doing is it's bringing you're not going in enough, so leave that on for longer, but when you do the right, it's snatching the front over too much.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, lots of stuff covered there and gone over.
Yeah, I think up this hill, the first time I took it in 3rd gear and I felt the car wasn't happy. Second time I took it in 2nd gear, the car was like it's moving smoothly, it's not trying to pull me or something.
Which one? Sorry?
Just coming here.
Up the hill?
That hill behind us.
Yeah.
Would you say 2nd gear it's okay? Because I was doing 22 miles per hour, I'm not sure about the fuel consumption. I'm just interested whether it was the right call. Because it was driving okay in 3rd gear, but I think I felt it more heavy or something, if it makes sense.
So,
or when we do it again, we can have a look.
It's based on how much traffic, what can you see, what's coming, any pedestrians, am I going to need to hold back, how fast am I entering the bottom of the hill, how much momentum have I got? Because if you enter the bottom or start going up the beginning of the hill and you're already at a high speed, there's no reason why you couldn't go up there in 6th gear if you was at the correct speed. It depends on the correct speed you're doing, and you need to think about what speed you want to do based on the hazards, and of course all you do then is just match the gear to the speed. So don't think about gears, think about what's going on and just match the gear. If it's off a gear by 1, no big deal, we can always gear up or we can always gear down. But think about more so the hazard side of it. Why are you doing the speed you're doing? Why are you, or can you commit to that speed, or are you going to be slowing shortly? Things like that. Is that?
Yes, it does make sense. I get always too scared with cats on the road. Please cross quickly.
Let's talk about animals on the road, because a lot of our lessons we've had pigeons on the road, and cats and stuff. So what should we be doing then if we see an animal?
Well, I know you should just drive especially if someone's behind you. And if you want to move, you always need to check if it's safe. But I think with animals, I just struggle a little bit. If I'm on a country road, I tend to ignore them because I'm more afraid then. I feel I need to go. But in that road, I just thought I would move a tiny bit.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Just check your mirrors. You know, if there's nothing behind us, and we should be up to date, it's a hazard, isn't it? As soon as we see it, check behind. There's no reason why we can't slow down a bit. But remember, with birds, they can fly, and they fly very fast, and they're very used to traffic. Unless we see a baby bird. You know what a baby bird looks like?
I've seen a
Little
pigeon,
chick, just learning to fly.
on the road, though.
But every life matters. It's
Yeah.
very relevant to what's going
Even
on.
spiders.
All lives matter. Even birds' lives matter, man. You know. So, but if it's going to put us at risk, like you say, let's carry on.
Yeah, I think on country roads I'm a lot more focused, and it's up to them if they
Yeah.
don't move, because it's not a lot I can do, especially if I have someone behind me on a country road. But on this kind of roads I'm more tempted. I want to say I've checked my mirrors, I'm not entirely sure. I want to say I just didn't do it instinctively looking ahead and thinking, no, I'm gonna move without looking. When I watch the video I can say for sure.
No worries. And the hazard routine, how's that doing?
That's alright, I think. It's still certain things. Me and you looked at the same car. I didn't see the feet and the bonnet open until you've said it. I've looked at the same car. I've spotted it because I'm trying to look how much space I've got to maneuver around in case something comes. But I think pedestrians, I'm still not spotting them. And I do know looking for feet under the car. I didn't see it still.
I think now, let's not do that so heavily. Let's keep doing it though. So when I see something, I'll tell you, and when you see something, tell me.
Okay. Oh yeah, I forgot I need to tell you when I see something, yeah.
What's, just because we've not gone over this, what's the mindset coming into today's lesson? Because mindset's been really important. However, I mentioned this before I picked you up. The way that we've adapted your thinking processes. What's the mindset coming into today?
I think I was very confident coming into the lesson, very positive, because the last lesson I felt finally the gas and clutch, I don't need to think too much about it. I get the biting point a lot quicker and I felt in control, but obviously I've done other mistakes. So it's always something with me. When the car control wasn't there, there wasn't so many meeting situations. So I think I was very positive, but some nerves kicked in as soon as I sat on the hot chair, and I think that's why I forgot first gear. I was trying to just say stay calm, because you know how to drive, and it's both of us here.
What I've got to do at this point is I've got to push you, but I've got to be careful with it. And I think the best way we achieve that is through good communication.
Yeah.
I think what we did last lesson, where we went on a slightly faster road, I think for spotting hazards and stuff, driving around here, you're going to be kicking yourself if you're not spotting them. But you're doing a lot of stuff on these roads. It's like one junction to the next junction to the next to the next to the next to the next, and it's all the time. I think we should start adding in some slightly longer stretches,
Yeah,
and
we
maybe
could do
looking
that.
at the lights.
But I think I'm not going to beat myself up. You just confirmed what I kind of knew when I stopped my lessons with my second instructor. Missing pedestrians twice on one lesson, I was mortified, because that's the most important. I don't want to kill someone.
You'd have got double points on that lesson, wouldn't you?
Yeah, it wasn't a good lesson. One was a pedestrian crossing before a roundabout coming from us the way. You would know it's a small roundabout, and I just completely... Someone was stood by the post and I didn't even see it, so she said stop. She stopped me, I think, by this point, I don't remember. The other one was more mortifying because she said the pedestrian and I still didn't see it. It was rainy weather and I'm not sure whether it was the wipers. It took me some time. And now me and you on the last lesson, me on the hazard perception, and me today, car with bonnet, I still miss the people.
Yes, but did that hazard develop?
No, but it is just something I need to work on.
You need to see it. The only thing that drew me to the feet was the fact the bonnet was open. Why is the bonnet open? Who's there? Oh, the feet.
Yeah, but I'm just looking. I only saw the number plate, maybe. I just saw, oh, there is a car, and that's it. I don't, like we said before, you look what you would see what you're looking for, and I just look for the car. I didn't look further. Is the bonnet open or not? It's just that level for me, maybe. Makes sense.
Are you missing hazards on your lessons? Give us some examples if that's the case, and let us know what you've been doing to try and combat it, and let us know if you think what your thoughts are on our plan of action. Yeah, so I think as well we should start looking at manoeuvres soon.
I think it will help me if I have your input and then practice a little bit, because I've got really good car control now. I love it when I drive and I feel what I'm doing with the feet. I've never enjoyed the diesel because I didn't know how to work it well. But when I go to Asda and it's downhill and then it's uphill and then I stop abruptly, I don't enjoy it. But I think if I practice maneuvers with Chris at the weekend, it will give me car control. It's not so much to rush about parking and be ahead of the game. It's just to get car control.
That's it. Yeah, I think that's going to be a good thing for us. So how about we look at pedestrian crossings and we drive, because you can drive the stretch that I've done today.
Yeah, I can drive.
And you can drive to you don't have to take the turn and go down to your house. You can go and carry on past the shop on the corner, stay on the same road and turn left into Cole Lane.
Yeah.
So it's not...
They're both difficult junctions, but the other one is easier. They're all so tight and lots of cars parked. The other thing it just reminded me is I drive from home like you drove today, and I always try to go up to 40 way too fast when I'm not entirely ready. Now this tight bend there, when it tightens the road a little bit, you did 35, and I was very happy because this is what I feel safe at. But if I'm pushed, if someone's behind, I'll go 40, and the car swerves a little bit. It's very tight, so you don't feel in control.
The junction just before the shop on the corner?
No, we pull out of my road at home, and then it changes to 40, and you have two places where it bends a little. It tightens.
Humped. Oh, the road narrows.
Yeah, it narrows.
Yeah.
And you did 36, I think, not 35.
Well, we spoke about somebody that lost their life there at that junction. There's not only the narrowing, there's not only the double humps. I think it's double. There's a junction there, a very small, very...
it's going for a farm, I think, so it's not well used and it's well hidden.
Yeah, so...
But I've seen people turning there. Yeah. I think if I didn't know this from local knowledge, this turn on the left, because it's all small and kind of hidden, I would have missed it probably.
Okay.
When we did the hazard routine. So I think we could give it another go and see. I'll try and remember this time to tell you what I see.
What I'm going to do, I feel like there was a lot going on there. Obviously, there is. To be a good driver, there is a lot going on. To be a good thinker, there's a lot going on. So I was trying to... just trying to sort of give you an idea and transfer, but I do think it might restrict you, and it might make you cling on too much to what I'm saying rather than get on with the job. Because remember what you said, I'd have been a bit quicker there because I'm listening. So now that you get it, now that you've heard it...
Oh no, I would have been a bit quicker before, but because I watched your hazard routine. When you come out of a junction, doesn't necessarily mean you have to go straight on the gas again and go faster.
Just press... sorry, Lily. Just press stop on that.
Here?
That's it. Yeah, carry on. When you go out of the junction.
Yeah, because there were cars parked on the left and on the right, normally I would go on the gas again and then analyse as I'm going faster what's ahead. And this time I didn't, and I felt maybe I overdid it. Maybe that was too slow.
Well, there is a lot of slow points in my driving, if you noticed on the way here. I wouldn't be analysing while I'm driving. I would be finished analysing to the best of my understanding, obviously subject to change, everything is, and then I would move. I would not be rushed. I would not go before I'm happy with it. Yeah,
I just mentioned it in case if you think it's too slow, I can try and bring it a touch faster, because I loved it, but then I thought, well, is that too slow though? Because someone was behind.
Well, let's see. Do what you think, and then let's discuss. Yeah. And let's see.
But it wasn't because you're talking, it was because I am adapting to this hazard routine, and it makes me think, cars on both sides. I don't want to be rushing for second gear before I have a chance to look and take in what I've seen.
Yeah. Shall we brief on lights then? Did you want me to talk through lights as though you've not... Because I know you've driven through hundreds and hundreds of lights before.
Yeah,
Know that.
When it gets more complicated, this is when it's my favorite saying, shit a brick, which means I really don't know where I am and what's going on. I just can't think and I'm scared. Because in Derby, for example, like this crossroads you showed me, when it's so many traffic lights and I can't see exactly where I'm going ahead, and then I start thinking, what was it? Is it green, amber, red? Or is it the reverse? Is it flashing amber? Is it steady amber? And if I need to turn right and I haven't looked ahead and I'm not sure, when it goes green, can I go? I've got it on the list, I think. I've given you that list at the beginning. Can I go? Do I have a box to stay in? Do I need to look at the oncoming traffic?
When you in what situation again? Sorry.
Crossroads, I think, in Derby. More
Crossroads. That's a
complicated.
good question.
Sometimes you've got a box you need to go into, and sometimes it's not immediately in front of you. You could drive a bit, and then there is a box, a space for you to wait and then turn if it's clear. And I really struggle analysing.
You're talking about the yellow hatched markings.
Not normal box. I think I'll have to find an example of
Well,
what
I've got
we've done.
examples.
No, whether I remember it correctly though, because I think you could move ahead in some of them and you stop in the middle and you wait for if it's clear to go. Not necessarily only one box wherein you position from. Oh, sorry.
No worries. Is it like this?
I don't fully. I just remember them being uphill and awkward.
Is it
With
like
the
that?
arrow,
So
yes.
when you move forward, you've got to move into that box and wait to turn right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't always analyse them though. And it gives me great anxiety because I'm thinking when it goes green, I don't have a plan. I don't know whether I'm going or whether I'm waiting.
Right, I can help you with that straight away. You're at a solid white line at the lights because it's been red, I presume.
Yeah.
Right, if it turns back to solid red, solid amber, you can't pass the line until it's green only, okay? Just so you know,
Solid
legally.
amber.
Solid. If it's traffic lights, it won't be flashing amber.
Okay.
It'll only be that. Solid red, solid amber, then green. Remember, pedestrian crossings that we find halfway down the road that have to be pressed sometimes have the flashing amber.
But not always.
Not always. Okay? So just, yeah, we'll keep on with this at the next couple of lessons. Just keep stamping it in. So when this turns green at a four-way crossroad, or even it could just be a right turn, you must go and wait in the right turn box because it's turned green. If there wasn't oncoming traffic, well, it'd turn green and you'd just turn right, wouldn't you?
So if there is an oncoming traffic, chances are I need to look for a box and wait to turn.
Or create your own box if there isn't a box, because
Yeah.
sometimes depending on the direction you come, because you could come from this way, look,
Yeah, and still go the
and there's
same.
no box there, but you still want to turn right, so you've got to kind of go over that the other way. You'll find we'll cover it. We'll cover it properly as a sub, you know.
I think because it created nervousness, we're not gonna use the word anxiety because I know how much you don't like it. But because it creates nervousness, I drove in Chellaston when I told you this aimless driving, and I see.
And by the way, just for anybody who's watching, what's aimless driving?
Drive without an aim and you just drive around.
Just drive around. Here's the keys.
So yeah, I don't learn because when I search my mind, I find lots of things I'm not confident about, and then I feel very stressed. But there was like two arrows. I'm coming down here, for example, and there is two arrows. One goes ahead, the other goes there, and I saw them, and this is as far as I could follow, and I failed to go into the box. Chris had to point and say it's there, and keep reassuring me where to go, and I said, well, I couldn't work it out.
If you were going to turn into that driveway there, everybody's had some new tarmac on the driveway, I've noticed this year. Well, if you were going to turn into there and there was an oncoming car, where would you wait? Would you wait back here? Or would you wait level with the turn?
If I've got option here, yes, so I don't block them so they can go past me.
But you'd be level with the turn, ready to take it. So you've not got to drive and then turn, you're literally ready to just turn. As soon as a car passes, you just got to turn your wheels and driving.
Yeah.
And it's the same with this when the lights turn green.
Okay, so I might
you
be-
move to the point of turn.
So so I would have been a bit further to the central line. If I
Oh
was-
yeah, yeah, and you would here as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, got you. Just wanted to make sure I
Yeah.
understood. Right.
Okay. Lily, what's best for you for the remainder of the lesson? I want you to come out the lesson feeling like you've achieved something. What's best for you? Because obviously what you've done so far is almost it takes away from last week, because you were driving around here pretty much yourself and doing the main road. We've not done that yet. I would like, I think for you to sort of at least be where you were and just gain on that a little bit. What do you think?
I think I can definitely drive us home. The part I
Oh.
don't, the part I don't
Really?
like, it's parking.
Okay, so that's good.
The parking, it's always left, right, reverse, to the left, to the right. Again.
What do you mean? Oh, when we pull up at yours?
No, when I do it with Chris, I drive so well, going to ask them back, and then the parking, it's like 15 minutes challenge.
Right,
To the
me
left,
and
to
you,
the right.
next lesson, shall we go and do some forwards parking?
Is that what would be on my road? Because it's so many cars, you see.
So
Sometimes
bay parking into a bay. So we're in a car park, and you know the thing with car parks, they've always got camber. So if you've got 2 blocks of bay, so a bay there and a bay there, you'll normally find that there's a little hump, and it just keeps humping like this. Doesn't sound right, does it? So it just keeps.
Okay, so it's not one level. Is that
It's
what you're
not. So you're
saying? So
always.
it's up and down. Sort
Yeah,
of thing.
yeah. It's so like when you're coming, say here's your bay and you're coming from here, you'll be flat here, and then you might go uphill to get up into the bay,
No,
and then you
that's
might
what it is.
and you might find that you start to just go downhill something. So it alters. It's like the turn in the road,
It's
which
exactly
we'll do.
that, and I got
You're
frustrated.
dealing with camber.
Yeah, because I've got good clutch control when I do it, but it's just I can't plan it. I don't necessarily know, and I think, oh, it's downhill, so I plan that, and like you said, oh, it's now uphill. I need the clutch and gas. I'm not going, and then I get, oh, I don't enjoy it. Oh, it's entirely up to you, Matt. If you want, we could just do one more loop, and then you drive me home, so we don't strain it, and do it next lesson. If you want, I feel confident I can drive home. It's just the parking.
Well, it's parking on the left like we've done here, isn't it? So it's the same, really.
It's
Would you
just
say
the speed I'm coming in, and I think it's
from the turn, because it's quite a small street? You mean?
yeah, and because there is cars parked normally, I can't get to stop where I want to. You never. Chris said you never can get it perfect here anyway.
Well, could we not park on the next street or something? Just turn right or something and just finish our lesson there? So you've got more comfortable to park. So you're more comfortable. I mean, when we've done some reversing, then maybe we'll do a what do I do? A left reverse? I do a left reverse, don't I?
Or
And I come round.
the top of my road, and then you go back and you. Oh, yeah, well, I think we could try it if you want, but
Okay.
if you're not feeling confident, because I always go by what you think.
No,
as
I
well.
am. I am feeling confident. I want you to. I want
You
you
can
to build
guide
on
me.
yours as well.
With the parking, I think, and we'll do it all right.
Okay. Yeah, we'll. So to get there, we're going to be dealing with lights now. I can run you through a full visual brief, and we can go over, you know, all the. But we've kind of done a lot of it as we've been talking. But there is a lot I haven't covered. There's lessons if you want to watch me brief on. I mean, even with Lauren, if you want to watch me brief on traffic lights and the approaching lights.
Do you remember what the lesson's called? Because I think I've seen most of Lauren's.
I think it's one of the early ones, like hour 13 or something with Lauren, or something like that.
junctions, I
Thanks,
think
Lauren, by the way, if you're watching, for all the videos.
Yes, very useful.
I have finished Lauren's journey now.
Yeah, no, long time ago, but it's very useful. All her lessons were full of stuff. I think it's lots to learn from every video.
Well,
with
how-
Lauren.
Yeah, I think so. How's about you watch that video? I think it's hour 13. I think it's actually got traffic lights in the title and on the thumbnail, something like that.
I think
Go
I've
to Lauren's
watched it.
playlist. Okay. And if it's not there, you'll see it with Jack or you see it with somebody. A brief on the lights, so you'll get all the information you need. Because I know you know some, and we've gone over some today. So what I'll do on the drive back is I will guide you through just the lights, the hazard drill approach, hazard routine approaching the lights and the possibilities there. But the rest of it, I want to give you a chance to actually think and try and I put into practice some of the things that we've gone over. That
Yeah.
makes sense.
See, what I see and tell you if I see a hazard.
Because otherwise we're not seeing where you're at, giving
Yeah.
you know. So, and we've got plenty of time for it. So that's good. I did say before I picked you up, I said I wonder when we're going to sort of start thinking about driving to and from yours or to yours or whichever. There is no pressure.
If they can see how tight the road is, I'm sure every learner will tell you, no thanks, this is the worst road possible that I live on.
Well, I think what Lily means is the
so
turn
tight.
is like a square. It's like that. So when you come off, it's a full 30 road, isn't it? You'd be doing a full 30 on that road that you turn off of, and you turn into yours, and it's like just a square. It's not, and then there's like often parked cars either side.
When you approach it and you look at it, it looks like only one car can fit through that gap. That's how tight it is. They probably can see it on a video.
Okay, so shall we have a look then?
Yeah.
All right. So I will give you directions in good time, obviously, as always, and I'll help you with the lights and approaching the lights and any hazards I feel that you haven't seen. Of course, I'll intervene if I need to, verbally, and then if not physically. Okay.
Is this downhill here? So I might.
Did you hear me?
Yes. Sorry.
It's okay.
That you would interfere and
Yeah.
tell
If
me
I need
verbally
to,
if you
just
need
so we know just so we've got a plan. You were saying?
I'm just planning my control here, and I'm thinking, was it downhill? It feels a bit like it might be downhill.
I think so. I think it's a little bit downhill.
So
If it's only slight though, I wouldn't build it too much into as to a factor for control. You know, if you can't hardly tell, there's not going to be
I'll
much in
see.
it. Before we get going, Lily,
Yeah?
could you just press record again on
yeah.
that one, please?
I actually made it my job and thought I would remember and impress you by reminding you.
You already have impressed me. You've saved the day lots of times, so thank you.
You're welcome. I think people would think I don't know how to take a compliment, and they'll be right. You sometimes tell me good things and I forget to say thank you. I appreciate them, but I don't say a thing back.
It's okay, don't matter. Next right then, please, Lil. That's nice and smooth. What, 11, 12 mile an hour per second? Well done.
Yeah, because I think I tried to overdo it. I remember.
Off the gas, Lily.
Yeah, I didn't see.
You wouldn't
him
want
on
to
time.
accelerate there, would you?
I didn't see him on time. I looked at this car.
Right, when you turn in the road, you're looking down the road for cars and people, okay? Every time, down the road, not at one car, even though we might have to hold back before that car. Turn right at the end.
Sorry, Matt. I think I was thinking about what I'm saying.
It's okay.
I would have, in the worst scenario, put a brake on or something.
So focusing on what you're doing, as long as they've got eye contact, yeah?
This junction was so difficult for me before, and I just love it now.
Good.
It's a shame we didn't video the first lesson so they can see the difference.
Because if you've been watching a while now, I bet you're properly invested in this series. I believe this series will be like no other on YouTube with this whole driving scene. But how many hours did we do before we started recording? Because it was before the lockdown, weren't it?
Yeah,
When we first met.
before.
We did 3 lessons,
But the first was,
2 hours each, yeah?
was too much talking on my side. I had so much to say.
Well, you had
so-
to tell me, didn't you? But turn right, please, Lily, at the end. You had a lot to tell me, and you're still getting it off your chest now. And we just had to swap the batteries round. One of the batteries cut out during as we were turning out of the last junction. So we're just about to start our drive now. Lily's first drive back to her house. Yeah, big times.
Yeah.
Good times.
Hopefully we won't go back to back roads only after today.
Yeah, well, you learn your skills on the back road, so I'm sure there'll be a place for back roads when as and when required. But let's stay focused on what we're doing now, which is the drive back to yours. So we're going to drive through traffic lights, potentially traffic lights, pedestrian crossings, junctions right and left, hazards, driving through, it's like the sort of high street, isn't it? Borough wash almost.
Happening in there.
Yeah.
It's too many junctions close to each other.
Yeah, and so you actually want to, you're okay to drive home, not to Coal Lane. We'll drive home, we'll take the right where the shop is on the corner. Because from what you're saying, you're suggesting you want to drive home, not to Coal Lane. I mean, we need to go home anyway. Are you comfortable with it?
I can try and turn into my own road if you want to with your guidance, because I would just use stick over and...
Well, yeah, if I
quick steer.
guide you, you might feel a lot better after it.
But it's up to you. We'll see how it
Let's see how it goes.
If we've got someone
Yeah.
following too closely, we might just take the next one.
Or we can pull up on the main road.
Oh, we could. That's even easier.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, we could do that.
It's always a
Actually,
solution.
Yeah, we don't need to go next to my house entirely. Got so excited I forgot how to speak.
So Lily,
Yes.
great job so far.
Thank you.
Yeah, let's keep it going. All right, I'll be there to give you help, but I'll try not to overdo it because I want you to be able to think for yourself as well, okay?
Yeah, but to feel free to say, because they've missed that on the camera with the van, oncoming van, and I thought I would go, and you said, but he's coming downhill. He was
Yeah.
gaining speed. So
I've just been driving, haven't I?
Yes, I'm a little bit of a hazard still sometimes.
It's just fine tuning.
And this was swipe. Yay, see?
Yeah, get recording them feet. So you're mixing the shoes up on a weekly
Yeah,
basis.
I think I might bring another pair. Oop.
Oh, are we ready?
Well, I didn't think it was going to be
Okay.
downhill. Sorry, Matt.
Right, okay.
But I did look at the
No
same
worries.
time.
No
but
worries.
not to your standards.
I think it's just that your car moved before you were ready. It wasn't that you forgot to check. Is that right?
Yeah, no, yeah, I was thinking I would find the bite and then when I dip the clutch it will stop, but it's downhill, wasn't it?
Well done.
Yes, I didn't stop it because I looked.
It's going to be a left turn at the end, please.
After this left.
Awesome.
I could
Yeah.
give a signal.
Yeah, good planning. Well done. Very nice, eh? All good.
Thank you, ma'am. I remember don't rush because it's not all getting out, but have a look and assess my hazard
Exactly.
routine.
Are you happy with how you did that? Yeah. What I would have done, Lily, I wouldn't have steered left first because it means that you've got to put yourself back into a driving position. Hold the line, even though the chap's there, because you go left, he might think, oh, actually, I can step back into and load the van because she's going off left somewhere. Yeah. So hold the driving position. Be defensive in your driving. Turning right at the end, please, Lil.
Because I'm normally always in second, so I went for the wrong hand.
And at the end of this road, turning left, please. You'll see some lights. So have a good look down the road before you turn into it and just see if anybody stood there and whether they could change or not. Because if there's nobody stood there, they ain't going to change. What do you reckon?
They won't change.
Yeah?
But I can't go now because that's not safe cap, isn't it?
Well, it's a 40 road, isn't it, this one? So, yeah,
I'm just
you've
gonna
got to
edge
get
forward
out.
a bit.
You've got to get out and get up to speed. So, no, it wasn't a safe go. Because when they're doing 40, they'll gain really quickly, won't they? You've only just finished steering, for example. So, yeah, you've got to factor those things in.
And I've done the same. I over-raved the car.
Lily, remember what we said?
Yeah.
There was nothing in that. We got the cyclist then. Should we ease off? Just a bit of brake. Third gear, while you're holding your brake. Third gear, clutch smoothly up. Coming up the hill, the cyclist is going to slow a lot, yes?
So maybe
Dropped it.
second.
Yes, well done. See? That was your input. Check your mirrors in case an opportunity comes. As the view click, well done. Yeah, go for it. That's it. Check your middle and left mirror. That's good. Really good. Really, really cool.
Thank you, Matt. It's nice to get complimented when you're finally on the main road.
Well, that was a lot of your input as well. Is she going to slow the van down? Let's hope the van slows down for her.
Well, she's going anyway, so I see the traffic ahead, so I'm checking my mirrors, I'm off gas.
Very
I'm
good.
braking a bit so he gets it.
Very good.
Is he a bit pushy or am I
No,
going to just
no, he's
race
fine.
him?
He's fine. We can read his number plate, for example, which means that they're not mega close, you know. Well done, Lily.
We're just about for the break then. I would have
Give it a
never
second. Give it a couple of seconds longer before you think about using that.
Oh.
So it's broken down, possibly. Check your middle and right mirror. Is it clear ahead, Lily? Do we need a signal?
I think I will, just so they know.
Okay, yeah, because we don't really know what's happening, do we? Maybe they've broke down, maybe something's happened. There is a lot of...
I think I would have stood behind him, Matt, if it was me only.
Well, it had an indicator and it was in a driving position. Did you see that? It wasn't in a parking position. And it was in like a prime location. You wouldn't park it there.
Now
Didn't
I
even
see
have
the
hazards
cars,
on.
So I'm braking.
Well done.
He's turning right anyway.
Great job.
A bike, I think, as well. Sorry, didn't mean to do it harshly. I'm trying to decide whether...
That's good. Remember, we don't want to follow on here. We need to know for ourselves, yeah? Cool.
Just want to find my bike just in case.
That's good. Well done for not following on. You would have slowed the BMW down.
And it's downhill.
Yeah.
Now I was going to go, but I saw him and I thought, don't do the same
Ah.
mistake because he might come here.
That's what I thought. You're not too bad then, are you?
Well, no, but if I didn't do the mistake on the last lesson, I would have jumped in front.
Okay.
Now I'm getting ready.
Great job. Well spotted here with the white van. I seen it too, and I was gonna, so I didn't say anything. I wanted to see how it played out with you.
I actually forgot to tell to the people watching that on the last lesson was the first lesson I tried not to talk myself out of things, because we have this thing, don't speak negative, don't say what you've done wrong, let me assess it and I'll tell you. And that's why I think I build my confidence, because if you say what you've done wrong as you drive, you're just chipping at your confidence, and then you end up with zero confidence at the end of it.
Yeah, you convince yourself that you can't do anything, and that's not true. Yes, please.
Because I know the way, but I don't want to.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. It's good. It's good control.
Two minds in.
You're going to go after this car if so, second gear, clutch up.
I've done first,
That's
just
fine.
in case.
Wait, you're going to give you even more time. That's still fine. Because of the roll you had and the distances, you could have gone second. But that's not wrong either, going into first.
I wasn't sure, so yeah.
Fine, yeah. If you're not sure, give it more caution, more first gear sounds to me like.
It's a little bit more I need to work on, because I've never been allowed to use second gear before. I'm a little bit
Allowed?
cautious. Before, yeah.
Okay.
To
Previous
slow,
instructor.
Yeah, to slow down and use second, set off in second. I've never been shown, so
Okay.
should have just embraced it when you told me, because I know it's easy to do. So yeah, we were telling them, because if you have not enough confidence to start with, and then you keep saying what you've done wrong, it's not good.
No.
And I loved the last lesson. I felt perfect. Now I'm checking the mirrors, because I know I want to put my foot on the gas from the 40.
Start giving them more space, Lily. Not too much. That's perfect. But again, we talked about the driving line. Early on there, get established in the line that you will pass them in. Otherwise, you're just kind of swinging out a little bit late when there's an oncoming vehicle, and that oncoming vehicle on the other side's thinking, please don't keep swinging out, you don't need to take up that much room. Do you know what I mean? Like I would, I'd be like, I hope you don't keep coming, or else I'm going to have a head-on collision.
Have you seen me, or have you seen only the bikes?
Yeah, exactly. Now speed up, Lily. Speed up.
Because it's finishing.
Because you're doing
cycle
35,
lane.
yeah, the lane's narrowing here. You've got to be firm there. Am I going to let the cyclist go? Is the cyclist going to go on the pathway? Might do. But he's checking his shoulder, so we need to be decisive, yeah?
Because I was just, I've seen him checking, so I'm easing off, but I'm not looking ahead. What am I easing off for?
How are you feeling? Are you feeling confident to take the second turn, or I can give you full help?
I feel confident to do it
Good.
with you.
Good, yeah, let's do that. This is a nice gear for the downhill, and coming into the lower speed limit 30, well done. Now remember the driving line here, it's a nice wide road for the white van, remember the driving line? Remember the driving line?
Sure,
Yeah.
but I could
Steering,
go still.
yeah. So all I was trying to do was encourage you not to go left and stay as though it looked like you were passing for the oncoming vehicles. Take the next road on the left. So, long braking, warning the vehicle behind us. Whilst you're braking, second gear clutch up earlier than usual. Brake a little more. That's enough. Off the brake. Keep turning. Now what's that?
Phew. Sorry, I don't know. I stopped. I know where Gary lives.
Is anything turning in behind us? First gear. Because if we move out now and someone overtakes...
I've seen that car. Sorry.
Yeah. Who's Gary anyway? Not Gary Glitter, is it?
The van.
Right. All right. All right.
I've put him here, and now this is where I hate it with passion, Matt, because I can't do it.
I can help you.
Keep going to the
Right,
left.
that's enough. Hold that. Just hold that. Now back to the left a bit. Hold. Look in there.
Hold the left.
You need a bit more movement, Lily.
Right, so just
So
give
foot
me
on
a
the.
second.
Yeah. Hold that steer. Don't move it yet. Let's see how it's looking. Bit more right. That's enough. Back to the left. That's enough. Back to the right. Hold. Not more than that. Back to the left. And straighten him there. Yeah, you're right. You're doing it right. I told you the wrong thing and you just carried on doing what you were doing. You know more than you think you do.
I didn't even know what I've done here, to be honest. I'm going on a
You need the confidence to do it, don't
autopilot.
you? You need the
Yeah.
confidence to do it, and I think
Did we
I can
park
give you
well?
that.
Do you
Yes,
think?
we did.
Do you know how long it takes me when I come back with Chris? 15 minutes. To
Wow.
the left, to the right.
It's
Reverse
okay.
to the left. Now when you reverse to the right.
It's okay. Look,
Yeah, it
it's
will
not.
get better.
Yeah, exactly. But we're not parking for long, and it's good practice. 'Cause sometimes it is
Looks close
awkward
enough.
when you're coming after a car.
Yeah, but do you know what I mean in here? It's uphill, downhill, it's something. It's very uneven.
Right. Yeah. If you're so look at the road, look at the camber. If you put a football on
What
this,
was the camber? Sorry, the pavement.
yeah. If you put a football in the middle, see where the tarmac line is that runs down the middle of this road.
Oh yeah, that line.
If you put a football on there, it's either going to roll down to the right towards that fence or down to the left towards this curb. The road has got a camber on it like this. Can you see it? Look across. Look
I
across.
think I know what you mean.
Look
in
across.
the middle, it's
You see it? Goes down.
It's downhill.
So the water runs to the drains.
Yeah, but it's very awkward.
But what it means, yes, but what it means is if there's your curb edge here, if your car's travelling at an angle like this, you're actually going downhill. And we experience this when we're parallel parking as well at the curbside. So yeah, you are right. It is a thing.
It's really horrible
you need to
in here.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So shall we? So
Look,
that.
take a picture for them. Look at this van. Is it legal where it's parked?
Let me
This is
take a
why I
picture.
don't like my street. Look at the other one with the door hanging.
Is that there regularly?
Oh no, but it's very often I've seen people coming speeding, taking the turn because they're not local or they don't care, and near hits quite often in here, and kids sometimes are on the bikes. I'm so impressed with my clutch control though. I so enjoy being able to feel the car. Never had that before. I just need to work a little bit more on quick on the gas and clutch, because I let it stop first and I'm thinking, why are you stopping me? Right.
Your drive was really good, and there's no reason why we can't do that again. What do you think?
Yeah,
Can we drive from here now when I pick you up?
we could do this now.
Do you want to think about it?
No, I think I can drive for sure, but you see, I still need you. The car that
Yes.
was broken down, I didn't acknowledge it was broken down.
Yeah.
But I'm loving how the things are coming into my head, because you're telling me, you encourage me. I technically know to apply the brake to warn other people, but then I think applying it too much could be misleading. And because you're giving me the knowledge, I felt very safe. I'm gonna brake, and because I'm braking...
The turn was great, by the way. You just didn't need to
Was
give
it?
way there.
Oh, I think I've...
If there was an oncoming car, your holdback would have been absolutely spot on. But the van was reversing here, so you would never, because that's
And
a
I know
closed.
who that is.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, Gary, we all know now. But you know, because
No, I
that's a closed junction, you can't see. If you look over your left shoulder now, you can't see round the bend, can you? The way we've turned. So if you was where we stopped and give way once we turned in the road, you still wouldn't see round the corner. The point is they wouldn't see you. So ideally, avoid holding back at the beginnings of roads, particularly if it's concealed. You can't see. They couldn't, because they might bomb round the corner, boom, straight in the back.
Yeah, I think
didn't
I
see you.
just panicked because I know who it is, but I wasn't sure whether he's coming in or out.
Yeah.
Didn't look for anything, and I thought I better stop whilst I've seen him.
Could we have just slowed as we got
Yeah,
closer to
I
him
was
and then
going-
thought about where else would have been better?
This is what I need to work on. I'm gonna put it in here. It's I'm going back to my previous. Whenever I see something, I stop. So I need to work a little bit, and I've got car control
Okay.
now.
Yeah, you
I
mentioned that
can
at the
use
beginning
stick
too.
over.
Yeah, definitely. That's been good.
The
Are
brake.
you happy with how it went generally?
Yes, I think the fact that you've installed into my head today, if that's the right way of saying it, brake to warn other people. I check my center mirror instinctively because I'm braking, and then I know what's behind me. I've never had it so clearly. I never fully remember. And are you slowing? They're slowing. Then I'm breathing. Then I'm looking ahead. It was perfect.
It's important to breathe. You'll need that.
Yes.
Yeah. Well done, Lily. Great job today. And you see, I don't want to throw you into it, but we started gently, and I've been realistic and quite frank about what I think you need to do for you to make your next steps. We needed the back roads, but we also need the other roads to bring it together.
We can just include this one because this is quite tricky.
It doesn't mean I don't mean next lesson I'm going to say, right, come on then, let's go off on a 30-mile round trip. You know, there'll be one day where we do that. But not next lesson.
I
so
just
don't
love your input into everything. If I need to video me and Chris parking, I would,
yes,
I would try.
yeah, do, because it sounds like it could be comedy to watch, but not so much to be doing it.
Oh, I get so upset. Sorry, you're already late. But I get so upset with him, and I always say, "What?" He says, "To the left, not to the right." It was something, and I said, "Well, you're not giving me clear instructions, and I should be working it myself." And I was a bit annoyed because I wanted you to show me first, and then we practice. But no.
I was particularly impressed with your input and your own planning on the way back. There was a few times you were doing 27 when I felt you could have been doing 30. Not every time, but I was particularly impressed with how you were spotting things and reacting to things. And
because we worked on that,
yeah,
I think.
it's exactly what we've been talking about. So it was so nice to see it at the end, and you're going to love watching this back, I'm sure. If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Really important. Let YouTube know you enjoyed the video, and share the video with somebody who you think would benefit. Plenty more videos to come from me and Lily. And if you haven't already, be sure to watch Lily's. We did a sit-down interview on how to know it's time to change driving instructors. I'll pop the link in the description and the playlist for all of Lily's other driving lesson videos there too. I'm Matt, this is Lily, of course. Look forward to seeing you again in the next video. Thanks for watching, guys. See you later.
Bye.